Kevin, back in episode number one, you mentioned that you were in Ireland when you had your first real kind of whiskey experience. Can you tell me what distillery or what bottle that was?
So, like, because it was my first whiskey experience, I didn't have it at a distillery, and I wasn't really like into like I think we wanted to go to Jameson, to Middleton, but we didn't have time. We were only there for a few days for a wedding. The experience that I'm talking about was we went to the Irish Whiskey Museum, where they sort of did a song and dance, about the history of whiskey and how it was invented or created by Irish monks, way back when. And at the end of the tour, they sort of give you a tasting of like 3 to 5 whiskeys. And I think there was some Powers, some Irishmen, some Napo Castle. I think I those were the three that we did. And I think I bought a sample of Redbreast as well when I was there. I think at Temple Bar, the famous Temple Bar that everyone knows about. That was my first time really buying whiskey at a bar for something that I thought I might enjoy, and it was my first time drinking whiskey that was not Jack Daniels, shooting it back in a bar, and all of it was nice and drinkable and flavorful, and I sort of appreciated that. And so that was my first experience. It wasn't at a distillery, and I only bought the Redbreast because they mentioned it on the tour, or I asked the tour guide about, what was a good whiskey that I should buy at a bar, and that was what he said. And then when I came back, I bought a bottle of Redbreast 12 in the airport to bring back. And I think that Redbreast 12 was like 56 pounds or euros. And the Redbreast 21 was like 91 pounds or euros. And I so wanted the 21, but we spent so much money on the trip already. And my wife said to me, no, just get the 12. And I was like, okay, fine. And to this day, I still have not tried the 21.
Oh,
I have
really?
been chasing the 21 forever.
Now it's expensive.
Yes, now it's like $400.
Crazy. All right, Bobby, I have a question for you. What was the last bottle of whiskey that you bought from the LCBO?
Larceny.
Oh, so very recent then.
Recent.
Yeah,
The
before that,
the barrel proof, right?
yeah, larceny barrel proof. Before that, I don't think I've ever bought a bottle of Scotch from. Oh no, actually, did I? No, I don't think I've ever bought a bottle of Scotch from the LCBO. Maybe a Lefroy, maybe at some point. Maybe. Probably another bourbon. Maybe the Elijah Craig barrel proof from like, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago.
I think I recall a Four Roses. Did you get that one? No. I think we're
Like, yeah, would have been like years ago.
yeah. I
So
think
I have a question for Joel and for Bobby after. Like, is that one done?
yeah.
Okay. So my question is, what bottle have you bought? Like maybe one you currently have, maybe you've bought and finished. But what bottle have you bought that you were most proud of?
So I think a lot of people would quantify that by monetary value,
So do both.
Yeah,
but
do both. Sure.
Yeah, I'm curious. What's your most expensive bottle you've paid for?
my most expensive bottle has got to be, oh man, we did that one signatory vintage, but we ended up splitting on it, so it wasn't like,
That doesn't count. Your sole purchase. Did you ever buy any of like the V&M stuff?
yeah, I was gonna say the
Or even our bottle, our pick was like 200.
yeah, I think 250 is probably the most I've spent on a bottle.
Okay, so I'm a little this my other side here. This red box of Cavalan
Yeah.
was like 600 for 15-year-old in sherry. It's like an anniversary bottle from Cavalan. The one beside it was a Talisker 25 year I just acquired. That was like 550. And then I have a whack of rums that were 375 to like 380, but they're all like 27, 30-year-olds.
And what out of all of those bottles, what is your favorite bottle?
There's one bottle that I still think about. It's gone now, but I really enjoyed it. And if there was any way that I could get it again, I would. It was the Sierra Springs pick of the Aaron in a
Pinot Noir.
Pinot Noir cask. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I think for me, like probably my favorite bottle that I've ever owned, probably. Well, that the Valich and Mallet, that 27-year New Yarmouth is something special.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I didn't get a bottle, but I did try a little bit of it in
Yeah,
the
that's
tasting. That's delicious.
yeah, that's pretty good. Like for like a rum, for like a Scotch, maybe. Oh, actually, I've got to try. I mean, I don't own it, but like a bottle that I've actually owned. It's like something I like, but it's not like my go-to.
Mm,
So like a bottle of bourbon. I mean, I have the George T. Stagg, which is
yeah.
I'm been babying that, or like an E.H. Taylor barrel proof that I've got tucked away so I don't drink the rest of what's remaining. And obviously like the rum, it's an easy, and then like just I don't know. Yeah, it's one of those like weird things. Like I'm a mood drinker. I
Yeah.
don't like I have a lot, as you can see, I have a lot of bottles. They're all it takes me a while to finish something, and I'm pretty open. Someone comes to my house or I go somewhere, I normally bring like literally I bring at least 6 bottles wherever I go, or a box. So I don't mind sharing. So a lot of my stuff, it's I come into the room, I'm like, I don't know. It's more of like, do I want sweet? Do I want heat? Do I want peat? Or like, do I want tequila or rum or something? Like to me, it's like a complete mood thing.
Or do you want the funk?
Yeah. It's surprisingly, I like that, but that's definitely not my go-to.
Come on, that
I
was
love the
the
funk.
title of this podcast.
Yeah, I know.
Funk.
I no, but I love the funk, right? So
So like this bottle right here, this is the 23-year Hampton Bedford Park. I will take that over. I think it's this one, the 10-year. That's like a more funky one. I definitely prefer the little bit less funk. I mean, even like our Long Pond, our Holmes K 15-year Long Pond, it's got a little bit of funkiness, but man, that bottle's just insanely good.
that one is less funky than the oh, sorry, not the Holmes K.
Yeah,
I
our
see
Holmes
what
K
you're
is
saying.
less funky than the V&M.
I thought the V&M was less funky than the Holmes K.
Did you buy a bottle of our V&M? Have you
Both, yeah.
have you gone back to it after you opened it?
I have. I have.
And you still think it's more
I
funky?
do still think, yes.
Yeah, it's I would say that's probably 2 or 3 times higher than the
Interesting.
yeah.
I'll have to do a direct comparison. But I mean, I love this conversation. That's
Yeah.
super cool.
What
No,
about
it's definitely I mean it's even like Canadian stuff. Like I love that the Paradigm 19-year, the first release. That's probably still one of my favorite Canadian whiskeys ever. The Gretzky Oats obviously is in that conversation.
Yes.
Um it's like it's really like it's for me it's very much a mood thing.
we are doing a little special tasting. Can mention that too. There's a historical society in Dundas, and I do some work there occasionally for their HVAC and stuff. So I've always chit-chatted with them and kind of spitballed the idea of doing a tasting event there. And so they were really keen on the idea of doing a Canadian tasting, so all Canadian. So Bobby and I are gonna try our hand at hosting a live event come June.
Got to get a bottle of whiskey for us in there.
Yeah, maybe. We'll use that as one of the
Just 3 bottles.
yeah.
See if you can wrangle one out of me.
So we have like a good lineup. So we're doing Two Brewers Release 48, Gretzky Oats, the new Grain Henge 6-year, the new Sons of Vancouver Wheat Rye,
Nice.
Last Straw Scorn, and then the Sleeman's Maple Cask one they just released. So we kind of have like low,
The
like
maple brulee one.
yeah. So we kind of have like various price ranges because obviously someone's not going to want to spend, you know, over $100 on something they've probably never heard of before.
No, for sure.
So I mean, it's an interesting. There was a lot of stuff to pick from, but it's like we kind of wanted to have like a bunch of different things.
Yeah, spread it out.
But I mean, like a Spirit of Us could be used as just like a mystery pour too, though.
I mean, we'll talk after. We'll hook up.
Yeah.
When I say
It'll be all new people too, so we have no idea who's being invited. So it's like a completely fresh canvas of people.
Yeah.
nice, when I say I love the funk, I just want to clarify because I love. I mean, for me, if it's really funky, that generally means that it's very different from what you might normally get.
Yep.
And that's the key thing that I like is it being different. So independent Highland Park, I really enjoy because Highland Park sells that they don't sell the same spirit to independent bottlers. And I enjoy it because it's not the normal Highland Park. I bought a bottle of whiskey sponge Kalila that's in here somewhere, and it had this like soft meat thing. The peat didn't like it wasn't normal Kalila peat. It was really rounded. And maybe that sounds like I'm describing Kalila not typically, but it was just way different. And I really, really, really enjoyed that about it. I also have a Deanston 10-year-old that I also really enjoyed once it opened up because it was 68%.
Oh,
Of a signatory
definitely be different.
vintage. Yeah. And it was first fill sherry, 10-year-old, 68%. It was very hot when, I first opened it, but afterwards, man, it was one of the most beautiful whiskeys I've ever had.
I think I've had that one, and that was like one of the ones I didn't like because I'm not a big Deanston fan. I thought there was like a couple. I generally really like Signatory Vintage, but there was a Glenlivet and the Deanston one that I thought were just terrible. But I mean, that's the cool thing about palates. Like you could like something totally different. I mean, Joel and I don't see eye to eye on many Scotch things.
I think me and you need to hook up in a way that stuff you don't like, you could just
Yeah,
ship to me.
yeah. You know how many people say that? What's interesting too is because like you know me, I'll literally buy everything to try.
Yeah.
Like I want a sample. Like everyone's like, oh, if I can get a sample, or like we'll do all the splits like this. So we'll do, 4 or what is it? I don't know, like 6 ounce or depending on how many we're on the split. Because I'd rather get like go back to it 2, 3, 4 times to make my final decision if I like something or not. And then I'll go buy a bottle if it's still available. But
Yeah.
it's fun because you get to try so much interesting stuff, right?
So slightly different topic along the same lines here, right?
Sure.
Um, the Bedford bottlings,
Yep.
right? I have been looking at them and I want to support, I want to buy a bottle. I want to I want to help support. I want to get in there. I want to buy a bottle at least, right? I also want to go to the tasting that's going to be at Scotch and Ponder on April 29th for those people that are listening. If this comes out before then. Uh, um, but I've been looking at the range and I've actually been looking at the range like pretty seriously for like a week. And I'm struggling to make a choice.
There's a lot.
Yeah, there is a lot. Um, there's also a lot of rum, and I'm not huge rum, but I feel like that's where my choice needs to be. And
Not
even,
necessarily.
well, it's just a feeling for me. So I was looking at that 27-year-old Westerhall. Um, it's like 185 to $200 depending on where you get it.
175.
175 to $200. I mean, it was 212 at like BSW.
175. Come on.
Okay.
You know where to go. You know where to get it. There's some SOS pricing available, so
Yes, that's true.
I may know a guy or two. The cool thing about that bottle, which is this one, is
But
that it closed distillery.
yes, yeah, exactly. So that's sort of prime on my list
Oh,
here. Oh yeah, there you go.
you buy a bottle?
Yeah. People
Nice.
haven't one picked up yet.
Oh, there you go.
So, but I was wondering if maybe you could tell us about some of the bottlings, maybe some of the favorites.
So, like, I'm in a unique position because I know Phil, the owner. I got to help pick I've got to help pick or try all but this Super 8, the Carigny. Those were done before he came back to Toronto, before I met him. So those were already picked. But our Rum Club Canada, I had a hand in picking, and all the other ones, uh, not that I had a direct say in if they were going to take it or not, but I've kind of helped Phil at Bedford go through some cask samples and say yay, nay. It could be. So I've had a chance to try. At this point, I've had to try. I've had all of them now. I've tried all of them now, still except for the Carigny, because I'm going to wait till we do whatever event we're going to do with the brand online at some point. I'll wait because it's kind of a special bottle. So so it really depends what you're going for. All the rum is fantastic. There's 9 of them. 2 closed distilleries. Obviously, those are the 2 most expensive ones. It really comes down to what you like and what you don't like. So obviously, Foursquare, you know what you're going to get. It's going to be really good. These ones are no exception. Like they're different. They are different, but they're both very good. The Wester Hall, the 27-year-old Rum Club Canada pick is really good. It's also ridiculously cheap considering other brands that have been available that were only a couple years older that were like 2.5 times more money.
Yeah, like 27-year-old rum for under $200.
Yeah, which is nuts. I think there was a 30-year-old that was like $400 here a couple of years ago. So that just shows you like, yeah, they got a ridiculous pricing. I took a little sip of the French Antilles. It's really good. It's very barrel influenced. So if you're, it's an agri call, but there's a lot of barrel influence going on. The younger Hampton obviously has a lot more funk. The older Hampton is a little bit more refined. The Fiji is fantastic. I actually wanted it for SOS, but Phil told me no. So it comes down to what you want. Obviously, this bottle here, the Kailila, is my own personal barrel pick. So I mean, I like it. I think it's really good. The Lecheg and the Mizunara cask is interesting and different. The Super 8, there's 2 Linkwoods. There's a Super 8, and then there's the Whiskey Explorer. So I think one's 8 or maybe 10 years, and the other one's 15. And then there's there's a Lecheg in a wine cask, and then there's a Bunnahabhain in a port cask that's chocolate bomb. So like it's like super heavy chocolate. It's nuts. So it really comes down to like you can't go wrong with any bottle in my opinion.
So, Kevin, if you really want this podcast to go viral, maybe for all the wrong reasons, just take a clip of Bobby pointing to the Rum Club Canada one and saying, I had a hand in picking this one.
Oh, I let everyone know, so don't worry about it. They can deny it as much as they want, but you don't need to and you don't need to edit that. Those people know that know, so don't worry about it.
I'll leave all of that in.
I have nothing against Rum Club Canada. It's club for a reason. They did a pick, and there's another one coming it's good as well. I can't complain about it. So I mean, it's good rum, right? The goal of everybody, our group, their group, what you're doing. What's the goal? Bring a good spirit,
quality whiskey and spirits.
So everybody has the same goal in mind. That's the whole thing. I mean, of course we're all gonna have some sort of beef or tiff with somebody at some point that does something, but everyone's goal is exactly the same. Showcase the best at a really good price, right? That's the entire goal. Like anybody can go and say, "Yeah, I'm an idiot. You're an idiot. Whatever." Our goal is all the same. If nobody can see that, then I mean they're in the wrong. They shouldn't be doing what they're doing. And both you know me very well. I'm super loyal. I'm super passionate. And there's not very many people that try to do as much work as I do for everyone in the community. So
I'm keenly aware and very appreciative of both you guys.
But Bedford Park, you can't go wrong with any of them. So
I think the fact that I've had such a tough time choosing is testament to that.
Did you get a sample pack?
No.
Oh, well, there's still spots available, so That's
I
the
didn't
other.
know there was a. Wait, there's a tasting that's on the site.
Did you not like? I
I
posted like 50 kits.
I did not see it.
It,
If I'm put me
They're
down.
good
I'm in there.
price too.
If there's still
so
space, I'm in there. Put me
yeah, so
down.
so I did like a month and a half ago. I did like the first 25 kits. So it's all of these bottles here, all 15. So you get to try everything.
Nice. Okay, I'm
And then
in.
I
I'm
just
in.
like recently 2 weeks ago I did another one. So
I did not see it. I missed it. How did I miss it?
it's on Discord. Yeah, so it's there's all 15 samples. It's $160. Like it's like you're literally not going to find.
No. Yeah.
That's an insane price because there are some crazy bottles here.
Yeah, for sure. No, I'm in there. I'm as soon as we're done here, that's the first thing I'm doing.
Yeah, yeah.
My
So yeah,
palate is primed. You guys want to dig into this Hansen's here?
I do want to do that for Canada Corner. There's one topic that I wanted to touch on very quickly.
sure,
Just Spirit of Toronto.
sure.
Spirit of Toronto's coming up, and I mean, have you guys been to Spirit of Toronto before?
Nope.
No.
Interesting. Okay, so I mean, Spirit of Toronto is a lot like
I can tell
Whiskey
you a lot.
Wonderland for those that have been. At least it's a lot like the event, right? Obviously, there aren't the extra things that happen. Pricing, it's much more expensive. You pay for, I think it's like up to $200 now for entry into the event. Uh, it's more for $400 for entry into the event.
You're basically paying $100 an hour. Well, I guess it's a little less. I think it's like five. I think it's 5 hours. I think it's like or four. I think it's like 6 o'clock to 10 o'clock. It's 309 or $375, and there's a $25 fee.
Wow.
So and I
Okay,
think
so
there is master classes. I think there's 4 master classes. The Ben Romock one is long gone. I think that was like 150 or $175. I think
yeah,
there's a
because you have
couple
to
other ones.
pay
Yeah.
above the 375 for the master
Yeah.
classes as
And I
well.
think this time there's only 4 or 5, and they're all from $75 and up. And I think those start like an hour. You can get in an hour or two before the event for the master class. But yeah, you're looking at basically what we paid for like a weekend at Whiskey Wonderland for like 6 hours worth of time.
Jeez. Okay, okay,
And
okay.
if you look,
Well,
I don't know if you looked at the pour list, but there's not like there's nothing really stood out.
what do you mean? We're on the port list.
No, I meant like what for like if you're paying. Yeah, I get you're. I mean, I'm shocked you're even going there, to be honest, because like that particular type of crowd is people that I'm gonna say like 60, 65, 70% might not be who we are. They're they're gonna go in a fancy suit. They're gonna go. They're more corporate. They don't know. They're the kind of people that would spend not $100 on your bottle, but they'll drop like $3,000 on a bottle they don't know anything about type thing, right? Like
I
it's
mean,
it, it's a,
I'm just going because I want to sell whiskey, right? But I don't want to be like those people don't deserve quality whiskey.
they don't, but I know a lot
Um,
of people who are vendors that don't want to go. So I don't know what that's even.
okay. Um, well, anyways, the point was,
Come on, this is
we're
a
gonna be
podcast. You
at.
gotta have these conversations.
No, that's okay. We're gonna be at Spirit of Toronto,
That's
and
cool.
if you are going to be at Spirit of Toronto,
Yeah,
then
yeah.
come and visit us.
Go see
Come
Kevin.
get some. Come get some
Boonies.
spoonies, and also come and get some single malt from Stillwaters. It will be the most unique whiskey you'll try that night.
And I buy that's 100% true.
So the problem is now, if anybody watches our podcast here, they're gonna know what the mystery dram is for the Dundas event, and then they're gonna know that
No, you didn't say. Well, you haven't said you were buying one.
it was strongly implied.
I could ruin it for Kevin too. What's the special what the mystery bottle is going to be at Scotch and Ponder too, but I'm not going to do that either.
I can also edit I can bleep it out.
It's true. Yeah.
Mystery.
Need a spoiler alert banner.
No, we'll just
Cover
whenever
your
we mention it, we'll go beep.
We just need to have like an earmuffs button.
Yeah.
No, it's interesting. I wanted to go. I think Joel. I think we talked about maybe going last year
Yeah.
or the year before. So at one point, they reached out, like I reached out and asked if we could get a discount code. And before COVID, they offered us a code. And now they're like, oh, that's never happened. We've never offered that. And I'm like, well, someone did. Like I sent the email to the guy. And he's like, well, I don't know who that was. That never existed. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And then COVID hit, they canceled it. And then yeah, but the price just keeps going up and up and up. Like I understand the venue where it's at, probably definitely not cheap. They do have like, big name brands pouring some interesting stuff. But I mean, like $400 for like 4 hours is pretty crazy.
Yeah, I mean, when I went, it was $179, and that was 5 years ago. I did not think that it was $400.
Yeah, I mean it's yeah, and I think you only get a couple of ticket pours too, right? Like you get like I think for like I don't know if you have to pay
No,
extra or you get
no,
like
it's just like Whiskey Wonderland. You walk around, or at least it was.
no, but I
You
think
walk
that
around with
they
a
have
glass, and you just give
no,
you
but they
whatever.
have like a thing too where they have special pours.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I don't know how much extra that is, but I definitely don't want to know. Because I know like I'm part of another whiskey thing where they have when they show up when they do certain events, you can do uh like you can show a card and then you get like a special pour, which is kind of a cool thing because you're not paying anything extra. They save it for people that are part of their member club or whatever, which is kind. I mean, they could do that. They could do that too. Then you get some whiskey people to show up to these events. Like we've asked so Whiskey Global, maybe I don't know if Beth's ever gonna listen to our podcast or not, or Mike. I've said like maybe have something where if you're part of a group and you have something, if you show something, because the whole point of these whiskey coins is
Yeah,
you go to actually as it falls apart. This is why they're sending new ones. Um, if you go to a bar or something and you slide a coin and they don't know what it is, you're supposed to get a shot for free, right?
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
it'd
yeah.
be cool to use the obvious thing. Then you like, hey, I'm part of a club. This is my coin. Like, I get a special pour or something, right? So it's an interesting concept that I think these shows could incorporate to bring more of a community feel. I mean, don't get me wrong. I get the corporate thing. There's bottles that I'm not buying. Like they just had a Glenlivet event. I'm not spending $7,500 on a 40-year-old Glenlivet. That's way out of my budget.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it's probably something I probably wouldn't enjoy anyways, to be truthful. So, but you know what I mean,
But I
right?
do like that idea, though. The
Yeah,
idea of showing something that you're part of a club.
yeah.
I think that's a brilliant idea.
There's enough whiskey, like I'm sure there's us, there's a Toronto Whiskey Society, there's the Ottawa Guild, there's Quebec, whatever. There's the Cornwall. I'm sure there's little whiskey clubs all over the place that have some sort of memento or a hat or shirt or I don't know. I mean, look, it doesn't take much to do a coin or a business card or something to show.
Yeah,
Which would make it interesting too, right?
yeah, no, for sure.
But yeah, but I mean, it's interesting. I get the concept, but I mean, I hope it goes well for you. Like everybody, try the Spirit for Us drams.
I hope we sell all the bottles.
Are you with Last Straw going too, or just you?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
yeah.
Sweet,
Though some scorn will be poured for sure.
nice.
Every time I hear Scorn, I have to think about
Yeah, The Office. Michael Scorn.
Do you know what it stands for?
The Scorn?
Yeah. Like why is the S in front of corn?
I feel like I did know this, but enlighten me. Enlighten me.
So scorn is malted corn, right? Which another word for malted is sprouted.
Oh, okay. That's cool. I told him he could have like a really cool label on that, like a tater sticker with Office sticker on it.
Yeah, yeah.
It would have been something cool. But yeah, no. Yeah, I mean, you should have fun. Are you like gonna wear like a tux or something? It's a pretty hoity-toity event.
No, I mean I wasn't intending. I was intending on just
You
wearing my
gotta do
brand.
like you gotta wear like a sport coat and then just get the shirt with like the looks like you're wearing a suit.
I was
Could
thinking Dumb and Dumber powder blue.
Oh yeah, that Kevin could rock. Kevin probably looked better in the orange though.
Orange, yeah.
Yeah, nice orange tux with like the big fluffy cummerbund. Oh yeah, I might go then.
uh,
If you did that.
I would be quite the contrast next to Don.
You'll be in the powder blue.
Yeah,
Oh, I could totally
Don
see
in the
him.
powder blue.
That would
in the
be
orange.
amazing. I could, yeah, that would definitely suit him more than you. He's got, white hair going in the powder blue. That'd be pretty sweet.
We both have a lot of white hair.
No, it should be interesting. Yeah, I mean, it's fun. It'll be fun. I mean, whiskey events are always interesting. I mean, you can meet some interesting people. I should give you some business cards. Sell some SOS memberships. No, I'm just kidding.
Just leave your coin on the table, Kevin, and see what happens.
My SOS coin.
No, someone will steal it for sure. What are you kidding? Talking about? Just glue it to the table. Get one of those those really strong magnets where oh no, you touch it now, you gotta know about it.
If you one of those like Thor magnets where if you can pick it up,
yeah,
but nobody can.
yeah,
You're not worthy.
that'd be sweet. We should do like a SOS hammer. That'd be pretty cool.
I saw a guy who 3D prints Thor hammers.
Oh,
Nice.
But yeah, interesting. But okay, yeah, I mean, that's the spirit of try. Yeah, it's just the price thing. It's too expensive.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, I think it's gonna sell out.
Yeah,
No matter what they charge, people are gonna pay for it. There's not a lot of whiskey events in Ontario. This is one of them. It's one of the biggest.
it's like
Anyways, if you're listening to the podcast, come by, say hello.
It's only 3.5 hours long.
Come by, say hello, and we'll get you some drams.
Awesome.
Yeah, I hope they do speaking like when I hope Whiskey Global happens again because that was somewhat fun.
Yeah, it was. It was a good time. It was short.
Yeah. I haven't been to that one. I need to go to that one.
Yeah, Beth did a good job. So, is there ticket? Actually, is there ticket? Oh, I don't think there's any tickets though. Oh wait, I gotta select how many tickets.
All right, in the Canadian corner because I got visitors downstairs. I gotta.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
right.
like we said, I took the opportunity to reach out with a bunch of Canadian distilleries across Canada. Basically told them, hey, we started the podcast. We want to, you could say, celebrate, showcase new distilleries, old distilleries. I mean, some that I'm hoping most haven't ever heard of, and maybe this will be the first time they've ever heard of them. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with those who are watching. Hansen, Northern Eyes. This is their Roughstock Reserve. So Hansen is in Edmonton. It's run by Chris, who's a cool guy. So this is particular one, and they have a bunch of stuff. They have a 3-year, they have a 5-year, they have interesting grains, they have creams. They did a 5-year in a Tennessee barrel. They've done a sherry cask, they did a port cask and an STR. They've done a bunch of different interesting things. This is their newest bottle. I was trying to find what cask type it was, but I didn't have much luck trying to figure out what. And I'm not entirely. It says blended, so I'm assuming it's corn and rye. The tasting notes seem to bring out that there was a sherry cask used as well. So potentially there's a bunch of different things going on. I mean, I like the bottle. I like the style. They're super easy to chat with. They ship across the country, which is super convenient. All their bottles are reasonably priced. I mean, this one in particular is $35. Like you can't go wrong. It's 40%. But yeah, I think all of us have sample. We can. I mean, smells
Glass
desserty.
are you using?
Sorry?
Glass are you using?
Just a little taster glass.
I got the amber glass. Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh.
What's Kevin got? Oh, he's using the same one I'm using. Yours are unlabeled though, right?
Yeah.
Funny because I had this earlier. I was sipping.
There you go.
I
saw you with a blender's glass too.
Yeah, I have that out too. I was sipping a little bit of our SOS Penelope pick as a primer for my palate.
Cool.
So this was the toasted one.
So I'm going to assume there's got to be some sort of corn rye content because it's sweet. Smells, buttery, touch of floral.
I got cream soda and Hubba Bubba on the nose.
I could get that. When Sheldon was here, my brother-in-law, he said he got like those like caramel or sorry, the candy corn, like Halloween candy corns.
Oh, yeah,
But I get the cream soda, like flat
Mm.
cream soda. I even get like a little bit of like actual black licorice,
yeah, you're right.
which I didn't notice before.
So I was actually getting a little bit of like rubber and acetone, which I actually really enjoy.
Hmm.
To me, those are like positive flavors. But
I could see like a hint of acetone, like on a cotton ball.
hmm,
It's a
but
pleasant smell. Like it's for me a 40%. I mean, there's no age statement on this, so I don't know how old this is. Again, I have no idea what this particular one actually doesn't say too much about what's actually. It just says it's a blend, Roughstock blended whiskey. It's $35. I mean, can't go wrong. It smells. I mean, there's nothing offensive to this whatsoever. It's got a nice color.
hmm,
It's oil. I mean, it's oily, super oily. Yeah, you look at the legs on that thing. Coats the glass nice.
it's 40%.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I honestly, for $35, as you say, I mean, at sipliquor.ca, it's $43. But
Yeah, right on their
um,
website, it's 35.
when I was sipping it, initially I was, or not, maybe not sipping it, I hadn't sipped it yet until recently, but when I was smelling it and, getting into it, I thought, $100, for $100, I'd buy this. I really like the nose. I was really into it. And then you said it was $35.
Yeah, I mean,
That kind of blows my mind. I mean, I'm not a 40% guy, but for $35,
I think
recommend
I
this all day long.
I think if I had this blind, I'd probably say it's like 45, 46%. There is like on the nose, you don't get it. On the palate, you get a little bit more spice, which I'm going to assume is the rye that's in it that gives you that nice spice. Like there's a creaminess to it.
There's almost an iodine note too on the palate.
And the simple fact is that I mean, it really saddens me because in Ontario, the minimum you would be able to sell this for would probably be $80 to $90.
Yeah, which is crazy. I mean, $35. I'm shocked it's that actually sold out. I mean, all the other stuff. I mean, this is a relatively new release too. But on the finish, I get a little bit of cherry, a little bit of black pepper. It does linger quite a bit. Like it's pretty oily for $35. Like I was pretty surprised when we tried this. So like when we first got like all the bottles that we have so far, that all the wonderful places have sent us across Canada, I was like, wow, this is like $35. Like it's nice to have like an entry point for like a little bit of everything. And I mean, I think this drinks, yeah, like you said, you'd pay $100. Like I think this drinks well above like $35 easy. It smells nice. I mean, it's got like a little bit of like now that when you sip it, that black licorice note goes away a little bit, and there's like a florally,
Yeah, I just wrote floral down. It's like the black pepper kind of.
yeah, like black and green maybe.
Yeah.
There's like I don't want to say dill and I don't want to say minty, but there's kind of like if there was like an in between version of that.
When you get fresh ground black pepper, you do get a floral note off of
Yeah,
it.
I
I
mean
think
it's
also there is some of the other traditional notes, right? There is a little bit of caramel. There's
yeah,
also some cereal, some grain, some bread notes to this as well.
but it's very actually I'm curious even though it's at 40% what it tastes like with curious if anything else comes
With
out.
water.
Yeah, just
So the sipliquor.ca page here that I found indicates that this is 3 to 7 year old Canadian whiskey.
yeah, that would explain why it's so oily. I guess I could have asked Chris directly. He probably would have told me. Yeah, adding
If we
water.
can get if we can get the details of exactly what it is, I'll throw it up on screen after in post.
Sure.
So if you get those, send them to me, and I'll throw
Yeah,
them up.
let me shoot him a message. Chris.
Yeah, we can do that. You can do that after
Yeah,
the
sure. Yeah,
podcast.
yeah, no, I'm just yeah. But I added a couple drops of water. I'm just curious. So in the glass, it's I mean, even more oilier, which is crazy. Definitely like those caramel notes really come out. Very like a lot more like a vegetal floriness to it.
Got my trusty Super Social Club dropper here. 2 brewers, nice.
So it's almost got like a cherry nibs thing going on, a little bit of water. Definitely thins out a little bit, but
On the nose, I get a little more sweetness, a little more
yeah,
candy, a little more like icing sugar.
I get more of that like especially in like the empty glass after adding the water, like that like so much fresh cracked pepper, but not overbearing, like a softness. Like I don't know, it's kind of weird because
I do
cracked
get
pepper,
it. No, I do get it.
but it's yeah, it's like a pleasant note. I don't know if I've ever got like out of it like a Canadian whiskey like that much.
Yeah.
It's I mean for $35, it's super tasty. Like
That's the message here. Go get it.
yeah, get it while it's still available. So maybe now with all the all the talks about like computer screens crooked, all the talks about this inter-provincial shipping. I mean, they ship here already, anyways. But I mean, some people might not know that a lot of these places already have been doing that to begin with. But definitely get this, and then they have they have it on sale. Their mint chocolate cream is on sale. Oh, they have a coffee liqueur too. And a gingerbread cookie. Oh, that one's out of stock. I heard that one's really good. So they have like a pumpkin. Oh, that's out of stock too. They have a bunch. They even have a moonshine too. They have a bunch of interesting stuff on their website that's worth checking out. Yeah, I mean, and if you're in Edmonton, go check them out. They're really cool. So, even Dark Cloud did a pick with them that was super tasty. I don't know if you got a bottle of that, Kevin.
I didn't know.
Yeah, it was pretty tasty. That one was pretty tasty too. So, I mean, they're interesting. They're super laid back. They're super cool to talk to. They've always been pretty generous with, at least with myself, anyways. I got to try a couple of the stuff a few times before they release. So it's
Les was there last year too, and you got to try a whole bunch of stuff.
yeah, I mean, it seems like a cool place. It looks pretty neat. They have a nice little warehouse. Their barrel sitting there. They got a bar. Looks like they got some like food and some cool drinks and stuff like that. Yeah, it looks like a nice little place. So if I ever get out that way, I'll have to go take a look. So actually, this is right on the front page too of their website. No, it's tasty. I can't complain. I was actually pretty surprised. Like $35, 40%.
Yeah, I didn't think this was available at $35. I mean,
No, yeah,
living
I
in Ontario, I didn't think $35 whiskey was available, but
there's 35, $40 bottles of whiskey in Ontario. Just wait, we'll be getting some. One of these broadcasts. We'll be getting there. Don't worry. We got lots of Canadian whiskey content and more coming in weekly. So I mean, we thank everybody that was willing to support a couple of knuckleheads that are doing a podcast. And hey, whatever I can do to promote. I mean, look, Kevin's got a Canadian stuff happening. I mean, we've got some Canadian picks coming out ourselves in our group. I mean, there's lots of cool stuff that people don't know about. It's pretty shocking when you talk to people and like, hey, have you heard of like two brewers? And they're like, who's two brewers? Like, "Oh, really?
yeah,
Like there's been like even talking about like we were talking a little bit about awards and stuff like that. Just the Canadian distilleries that are just going to Europe and cleaning house. So
that's right. So I've been marking all of those down for our next podcast, but there are distilleries that have won 11 awards and
yeah,
7 awards and like Canadian distilleries that are just cleaning up. So
right.
stay tuned for that stuff.
Yeah.
We're gonna get into a state of Canadian whiskey hopefully soon.
Oh, it's good. It's good time. I mean, especially with the world situation and what's happening. Like, hey, go buy a bottle of Hansen for $35, man. Like, this will replace some of those like the low ball, like the bottom shelf Four Roses. Like, I would take this over that in a heartbeat. Like, there's a lot of stuff that this would compete with. Especially, I don't like comparing Canadian stuff to bourbon because it's made different. It's different. But I
Yeah.
mean, you can
Old
drink.
fashions, if you want to make old fashions, this is
I
like
mean, this is a bottle you don't
fantastic.
feel bad about making drinks with,
Yeah.
but at the same time, you can just pour it
Also,
in your
yeah,
glass and drink it. Like it's one of those like cool bottles, right? Like,
That would make a fantastic old fashioned.
yeah, it's got some interesting. I mean, you could probably do a couple different things with this because depending on how you do it or add to it, it might bring out some other interesting notes. Yeah, I should send a couple
Really
samples.
enjoyable. Thank you,
Yeah,
and thank you, Bobby, for grabbing that.
And I think that does it for Canada Corner. As I said, thank you guys for listening. Thank you, Joel and Bobby, for co-hosting. And stay tuned for State of Canadian Whiskey as our next episode. Have a good night.
Yep. Have a good night, guys.
Do not, I repeat, do not press 5. There is no 5. If human interaction scares you and you would prefer to leave a voicemail, press 6. On the flip side, if you are infuriated by automated phone menus and just want to speak to an actual human being, press 0. If you have fallen in love with the sound of my voice and want to hear me repeat this menu again, press star.